go.
Yeah, but you had no girl. So why y'all talking about me? Find something else to talk about. Talk about my girl. Go talk about your girl. Go find a girl. Go find a life. Stop worrying about what I got going on. I know what I got. I know my girl. My girl been with me for 5 years. Y'all are just not starting to talk about me and just not starting to be with me. Like, come on, man. Y'all go do something else with y'all life.
I mean, technically speaking, he's not wrong. We should stay out of their business, but I look at it like this. So I mentor 3 young men, and I intentionally took some of these clips about him, and we talked about it because what's happening here is you got a whole bunch of older men that's trying to put him on the game. Everybody sees that this lady, she's not ready for the big time, and she doesn't look interested in him. She just doesn't.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, she doesn't. I know anything that I do, my biggest cheerleader is my wife. Every award that I've won, every accomplishment and milestone that I've reached, she's been the one cheering the loudest and the hardest, followed by my mom. But I didn't see that with her. The first time you could have said, okay, maybe it was a bad day. But now we're starting to see a pattern of flags.
Yeah.
So here's how I look at it. I'm gonna stay out their business, but we're gonna take these lessons and we're gonna teach these young men how to properly choose women because
Yes.
I don't think she rocking with you like that, bro. And I think as you get more and more exposure after you winning this Heisman and you about to go to the league, y'all about to have reporters following y'all around. TMZ gonna be looking for messiness because everybody got eyes on you now. And it sounds like she can't handle it because I've heard stories. He said in that video, if you watch the whole thing, that she's been drinking and crying herself to sleep.
Yeah, he should
If you
kept that
can't
to
handle
himself.
this, you better hope like he don't get drafted by the Jets or the Giants or any of those cities, but like aggressive people in the media because she ain't gonna be able to handle none of this.
Oh, the media?
None.
Woo. That'll be the easy part. It's the women she's gonna have to worry about. The women are already like, what's that mean? Where dude is, rubbing his hands or whatever. Like the women,
Birdman.
yeah, the women, they coming after Travis. They are going to be around. They're going to be surrounding Travis. She got irate over the cheerleaders, and I know we're going to review her response to some of this craziness now that she's had some time to get her thoughts together and tell the complete story. But she ain't gonna be able to handle this. And if we're being honest, Travis, he can't handle it. He can't handle it either because a lot of it's more detrimental for men if they can't handle it because they can crash out, get kicked off the team, whatever. But it's also as equally dangerous if you have someone who's supposed to be your girlfriend, who's supposed to be, your plus one, who is your, she says partner a lot. I'm not going to say that. Just say your husband. Like she has she thinks she's this type. They have this type of relationship. Y'all were the ones putting that information out on the internet, and you were the ones, regardless of how you felt or what was, maybe things were misinterpreted or misconstrued. Everybody looked at your body language. That is not how people were, really seeing that situation. And now he has to get on the internet and tell everybody to, stop bullying my girl, blah, blah, blah. I think they want to go after other creators that have, they said some egregious things. I'm not going to, get in some of the stuff that they said she's alleged to have done. But at the end of the day, they put that information out there and you can't fight the internet. So you either got to disconnect or, you just got to take these punches. And clearly they cannot handle it. And honestly, what I think they need to have is some additional PR training because some of the things that she was seen doing, it's never been caught on camera. It should not have been caught on camera ever. And maybe she will get it together, but right now it's not there.
Man, they're engaged. He's already said they're getting married after he is drafted. And I believe there were rumblings that there will be no prenup. Good luck, dude. But here's what I will tell you. I'm a opine on this as a married individual. The minute you start explaining your relationship to complete strangers on social media, you lost, bro.
Yes.
Y'all both lost. That's number one. Number two, I'm gonna wait until we play the second video before I go down that road. But I may or may not be familiar with the few people that play on that team with him. And from all accounts that I've heard, he's a nice guy. He's one of those guys that would rather
Mhm.
just chill at the crib, turn on the Xbox, PS5. He's not really about that nightlife. He just like to chill and just keep to himself. And as a former member of the nice guy delegation, I will tell you that y'all gotta work extra hard to protect yourselves because a lot
Mhm.
of women see that nice guy stuff and all they see is their next smart trick target. And
Yep.
you gotta protect yourself even harder than the average guy does. You just do.
Yeah.
I hope the best for him, but man, this don't look good.
Yeah, and he's already in a tricky spot now though, because now that he's come out and trying to clap back at everybody and telling everyone that he's going to be the one, or that you guy. It's he can't even come out and say like, no, we didn't get married, or I didn't want to do the prenup. Like, he can't even say any of that stuff now though, because he'll have to admit that the media, the people that were not the media, but the creators or people they were listening to, that they were right. And I'm not gonna say she's for the streets, but if she does some things that get herself in trouble, then everybody's gonna be saying that.
I don't know if she for the streets or not, but I know she appears to not be interested in anything that he has going on. And this is, let's be honest, he's the prize in that relationship. And I
100%.
know women hate hearing that, but generally speaking, if you have a good man who stands on something, he's the prize
Yeah.
because we're much more rare. You need to hear that. It's that's just what it is.
Well, this is the other thing too that Travis needs to be aware of as well too. It's not just Travis has to worry about, like, women coming after him. He has to worry about players coming after, people on his team coming after his chick though, because you're right, she can't get another him, but she can probably get someone close to him, and that's probably going to be someone on the team though. How many times have we seen players, situations get blown up because somebody was, checking up on a girl? I would imagine that was the Russell Wilson situation when he was in Seattle, and old boy got shipped out because and he got shipped out and he divorced his chick. Like, that
Yeah.
stuff happens more often than you think, and you got players that will dirty mac you, so they ain't worried. I mean, and he's a nice guy. Like, man, I would think Sanders would have been, trying to coach him up, or at least telling him, like, giving him the game on what things are going to look like. But and maybe he is behind the scenes. I don't know. We don't know. But I hope somebody does get to him and try to tell him. But other than that, yeah, you got to crash out. We ain't in the business of trying to, like, save men that don't want to listen. Like, we give out the message, and we apply it to certain situations. But if he don't want to listen and he's committed to marrying her, so be it.
Yeah, as we get our social media engagement up, I'm gonna start doing stuff like this more often. But on my personal Facebook page, and I talked about this today, like a year and a half ago, I posted a poll and I asked men to take it. I think about 84 men took the poll. And the
Mhm.
question was, what did your mother teach you about dealing with ill intentioned, low morality women
Oh
with
man, I'm
bad
glad you said
intentions
that.
for you? And an overwhelming number of the men said nothing. My mother taught me absolutely nothing about how to deal with women like that.
Yeah,
And I
yeah,
was intentional in making that statement. I put it on the moms because don't nobody understand women like another woman.
yeah.
Like that's the mom's responsibility to train her son up for stuff like that. But a lot of them are too busy making them son husbands and completely ruining them for any type of relationship anyway. Or they're too busy going to work, working two, three jobs, and they spending no time with him, uploading some gaming to him. Now I did look up to see if he has an active father. I did see he gave his father a shot. He is a junior. He gave his dad a shout out
Yeah.
during his Heisman Trophy speech, but his dad wasn't there at the same time. So
Yeah.
I
Wasn't
don't
the
know what's
stepdad
up with
there?
that, but I don't know. But I just, when I look at men, the first thing I ask myself, young men in particular, is who's mentoring him and who's he learning from? Because that's the big thing that seems to be missing for us. I mean, and this perfect example right here, how that could manifest if you don't
Well,
have the proper mentorship.
where her parents at? Like, at the very least, where's her mom at? Because when it comes to situations like this, your mom should be like, look, girl, do not mess this up. Here's how you need to handle yourself. Here's how you handle these situations. Like we don't have women training women up anymore. It's like kind of like do whatever you want to do. And I'm sorry to say it, but I have yet to see like, you know, I understand why they say they want someone that's trained because I mean when you get to that professional level, you want someone that's kind of been trained because honestly, you know what who she might turn into? A Brittany Mahomes. And
Oh
Brittany
Lord,
just
yeah.
got quiet. She just became quiet because of the whole Taylor Swift thing. But I think she's gonna be the next Brittany Mahomes if this doesn't get cleared up.
And we know how people feel about Brittany Mahomes and his brother for that matter. But
Yeah,
yeah,
and you ain't seen his brother in a while. There's a reason for that.
yeah. Look, I don't know how this is gonna go, but good luck, dude. I can tell you as somebody who don't know you and as a traditional gender roles guy, this don't look good. I don't think she respects you, but
Nope. But
that's
let's
all. That's as far as I'm willing to take it. I ain't gonna troll you on social media. I'm not gonna talk about it for days. I'm just giving my opinion because that's the topic.
yeah. And I'll say this, and before we'll watch her take on things, this is the other thing too, is that men in general, like when it comes to like this type of situation, sometimes you just gotta let men just hit their head. And for the most part, most men learn by hitting their heads. So if that's what it takes for him to kind of wake up, and maybe he will, get to a level where he can lead her, because she'll say in the conversation, there's some confusion on what she thought she was supposed to do, what she's not supposed to do. On one hand, Travis has got to lead her, guide her very well, because you can't leave it up to her. You leave it up to her, it's going to blow up, which has been blowing up. And so either she's got to figure something out, or she's just got to because I think she said her mom was sitting down at the Heisman Trophy and she's waiting to stand up with her mom. You're an adult. You can kind of like do your own thing. You've been doing your own thing. So why are you like, when the situation calls for you to be there for Travis, you're not doing your thing? Like that's why I don't understand. Like,
We both played sports to some degree. If you're lined up on the opposite of him, say he's playing corner and you a wide receiver, and you know this is a sensitive spot for him, and you want to get in his head, tell me you're not going to use that to your advantage.
oh man, I didn't even think about that though. But yes, he's is cooked. He's cooked. If he
Yeah,
can get this, that is, now that people know that this is a weakness of his, because you crashing out on the internet, man, you shouldn't be worried about us. Like them linemen or whatever he's lined up on, wherever, he has to be worried about that stuff. And I forgot, who's it, Odell? Odell had that one game where someone said he might have been on the Rainbow Squad or something. I don't think he is, but somebody said that, and that dude lost his mind.
yeah.
It was either, I think it was like a day game or a Sunday or something. He lost. He had slamming his helmet and everything. Like the dude crashed out on national TV over someone implying that he was on a Rainbow Squad. Like, man, and I get it. People will talk, say crazy things to you, but they're saying things to get in your head so they can take you out of the game, and they lost that game.
Didn't some NBA player allegedly try to throw hands at another NBA player because he said his wife tasted like Honey Nut Cheerios? Allegedly.
I don't know who that was.
Yeah, I know who it was, but I don't want to say the names because I don't know if it's true or not.
Allegedly.
But people, you can fill in the blanks. I know who I'm talking about.
Yep.
I'm going to be addressing all.
Also, real quick, I don't know. Was she Indian, or she reminds me of that Catch Me Outside girl? But that Catch Me Outside girl is like Italian. So what is this girl? Is she Indian, or what is she?
I have no idea. Racially ambiguous. That's the look. One thing about athletes is they're gonna find the racially ambiguous people where you can't really tell what race they are. They're gonna find them every single time.
I wonder if that's why she's getting a lot of smoke, because I wonder if this was a black woman, would she be still getting that same smoke? I feel like to some degree, yes, but would it be from everybody? I don't know.
Interesting.
The stuff online, because I'm tired emotionally and mentally of seeing people try to make me out to be a person that I am not. But with a testimony without a test of faith. So I'm going to start from the very beginning with this my type thing. I got permission from Travis to say these things.
She got permission, so she is traditional.
Yeah, okay.
Because These are previously things I didn't want online. But I'm going to tell y'all the full story just so y'all know. So Travis, when he first ever DM'd me, when we first met, I said I left him in my DM for 2 months, and people said, "Oh, she left him in his DM until she figured out who he was." That is not true at all. The real reason Travis sat in my DM for 2 months is because he DM'd me when he had a girlfriend, and her name was in his bio, so I instantly knew he had a partner. So I exited the message, and he.
All right, partner. I hate when people say partner. Like, you guys are not a law firm. He was your, he had a girlfriend, but also. It's quite convenient that she has, this type of response. And on one hand, maybe she was, covering for him. On the other hand, though, I don't think she was. I think she just came up with this convenient story.
So if she's sitting at a football game and a bunch of guys start trolling her, are they partners then, or is she gonna look at Travis and be like, handle this shit? This is what kills me about these women that say, "Oh, I want a partner." All right, go find a partner then. But just know, if somebody break in the house in the middle of the night, you're just as liable to take care of it as I am. How about I hide in the closet and call the police while you go investigate then, partner?
Yeah, save me, partner.
Yeah. Man, get out of here. Get out of here with that partner stuff.
He sat there until he was single. I don't do home wrecking. I'm not a side piece. I don't stand for any of those things. I support women, so I would never do that to another woman.
Another woman is going to take her man. You support women, you should be supporting your damn boyfriend.
If you think them gold diggers ain't got that target on his back and are calculating how much his first contract is going to be right now, lady, you are unprepared. You better get prepared.
She's lucky Brittany Renner didn't show up. She would have taken Travis. Straight up.
Oh man.
Woman, because I would never want it done to me. So I ignored him until he was single. That's the real reason he sat in my DM. Then the second thing, when I said he was.
Also, another Cap situation. And guys, I know we're doing a lot of pausing and everything, but there's a lot of conversation here. But let me tell you this. So some guy hits you in your DMs and he's trying to get with you, and you see that he has a girlfriend, and you support women, blah, blah, blah. Why didn't you block him? Why did you delete the message and block him? There's a reason why she didn't. We'll see what happens in a few months. We'll see in a quarter. Guys do that all the time. She booed up now. Let me check after the season. Like, I don't understand why she's thinking that this story is helping them. It's hurting them, if anything.
As soon as she started explaining and justifying, she lost. Everything that comes out of her mouth is an L. Doesn't matter what she says.
Mm-hmm.
My type. I did not mean attractiveness. I don't have a physical type, period. No two men that I previously dated look the same. My first one was a white cowboy. Second one was a Mexican soccer player. Then I dated a black man who's a SoundCloud rapper. And then
oh my God.
Warning, enemy nuke has been launched. Repeat, enemy nuke has been launched. Warning,
so these complete strangers that you don't know, you decided to disclose your body count and your preferences to them. I'm gonna give them a little bit of grace because they're young, but they're very naive. I really, they should reevaluate, maybe push back getting married. But this is like some high school type relationships. This is goofy almost.
I can just tell. Like, first of all, if that's her only body count, Cap, this is the other thing too. She said she dated a cowboy, Pele, and a SoundCloud rapper. Come on. Like, what do we? First of all, women, you have to stop doing this. Never tell the guy that you're with or tell the internet about the other guys that you have been with or types of guys. Like, that doesn't help her situation. She was okay with just stopping at or she shouldn't have said like he wasn't your type or anything. Like, she should have just left it alone, just went over it. I honestly, she probably just got a piece of paper and she's like, oh, I'm gonna talk about this, I'm gonna talk about this, I'm gonna talk about this. No, nobody wants to hear about the many men that you have been with and like, oh, I dated different types of guys. Obviously, you like all types of guys. Now Travis got to be more worried because he knows you're equal opportunity. Like it's not just it's just not DEI. You taking everybody.
Well, if Travis is a man of confidence, that shouldn't bother him because if I'm Travis, I'm like, look, if you want another one, go get another one. Go find you another Heisman winner that's about to get an NFL contract locked in.
Facts.
That's how confident men think. Look, I would never, ever, ever wish ill will on my marriage, but it would suck if my shit ended. But I'm also confident enough to know, give me some time to rebound, heal up, deal with it. But I'm accomplished enough and I'm confident enough that I'll be fine after a while. It'll take some time, but most people don't think like that. Their world ends when they're man, this is crazy.
Yeah, but this is the thing with Travis though. He crashing out on the internet in the comments trying to justify his relationship. Like just like you said, like once you start justifying to strangers, yeah, the relationship is pretty much over, or you're gonna have to deal with this for a very long time though. So I don't think we got much of this anymore to look. Did you have anything else you want to look at on this one?
I'm gonna just end on this, fellas. Whoever you pick to be your wife, she can be your greatest strength, but she can also be your greatest weakness, depending on how she conducts herself. It's one or the other. It's not the in the middle.
Yeah. And for a lot of men, sometimes you gotta go, you have to get your heart crushed. You gotta be made to look stupid. It shouldn't be that way. You should have some guidance from your parents. And honestly, if his dad and he has a stepdad, I don't know if the mom was married or remarried or whatever the case is, but that's at the very least he has two men, and then he has his mom to kind of tell him, like, shepherd him away or shepherd him, towards his way. Which I don't know if the mom will really step in though, because the mom might get pushed out if she tries to get rid of her or something. So that could be a little tricky. But they should have took care of that before we got this far. But her parents, and especially her mom, she should definitely be active in her daughter's life, and she should be like telling her, like, look, this is how you act, this is how you conduct yourselves. So if they want to crash out on the internet and in the comments and try to go after everybody, be my guest though. But it's gonna be a long road. And when you get to the league, good luck with that one, because he's gonna be like, we don't have time to cover this, but she was talking about some other crazy stuff, like getting his passwords, and also he can't be in a room with a woman, or he's not supposed to be meeting with women or something. Like there's a whole bunch of crazy stuff, a lot of high schoolers type stuff though. But good luck is all I got to say. And we will use you guys as an example for other men, how they need to, how not to crash out in front of the world.
That's what I do want to end this on. I need people to understand when we talk about stuff like this, we're not doing it from the space of celebrity gossip. We're doing it from the space of what lessons can you learn from watching other people, because that's how most men are supposed to think. They learn based off experiences, and some of those experiences include sitting back and watching what others do.
Yeah. Yep. Facts. So, all right. Next topic.